Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims of all our favorite horror movies. I'm Sarah Hood. Today we're looking at Smile, released in 2022. So yeah, this movie is great. I really fuck with it. You know, it's alright, I guess. It's basically about this girl, keep on seeing people smile and shit. She goes to this therapist and shit. And it's a fake therapist and a real one. It's a lot of shit going on in this movie. So let's just not talk about it and let's get straight to the kills. The movie begins with this dead lady and shit, just sitting on, this bed or some shit. So yeah, now we're with this therapist and shit, where this guy keep on saying that, he can just see shit randomly, and it happens at some random ass times and shit, and all that type of stuff. So yeah, anyway, now she's just talking to the therapist and shit, just talking to her about, this girl keep on seeing people smile and shit. So yeah, keep talking to her about that problem and shit and stuff like that. So yeah, and then she cuts her own throat and shit, but she does it all slowly and shit with this knife and shit. Then we get the title card, which this title card looks pretty damn good and all blinky and shit too though. Now we cut to these two guys and shit, just talking to this lady and shit about some important shit. So yeah, then she just has a night out with some of her family members, I guess, or something and shit. And then her ex-boyfriend shows up to her job and shit and all that type of shit. So yeah, just start talking to her and shit. And then she just walks past this bro's room and shit, where he just keeps on doing weird shit. So yeah, he's just sitting there smiling and shit, and I don't know why either though. But she tries to snap his attention back or something. But yeah, and bro gets up, freaking her out and shit and all that type of stuff. Then she calls about it and shit, saying that these people are weird and shit. This random person calls her though and shit. Then now the police came and shit and over there. Then she listens to a recording of that girl that died right in front of her, right in her fucking face. That girl that cut her throat earlier and shit. And she continues to listen to it and shit so she can find out about something. And now she goes to go talk to a therapist about it and shit and all that type of stuff. So yeah, then she goes to her bathroom and shit to put on this fucking makeup and shit. Because it's someone's birthday and shit at that damn house and stuff. So yeah, well, I guess bro's about to start opening his presents and shit. And then bro fucking charged to open that shit and it's a dead cat in there. So yeah, anyway, she just gets up and shit, sees someone fucking smiling at her for nothing and shit, then starts screaming and shit, then falls back on that glass table and shit like that. So yeah, that's really fucked up and shit. Now she's on her way to her ex-boyfriend's house and shit and all that type of stuff. When she gets there and shit, and then they're just talking about some stuff, all the shit that just happened and shit, and then they go to look up something about it, the shit and stuff, and then they see two dead people. So yeah, I'll count their ass and shit and all that type of stuff. So yeah, even this guy right here bought me gas and shit. So yeah, then later on she goes to say sorry to her sister and shit and all that type of stuff, apologizes for something that she done did. Then she gets scared and shit by I don't know what the hell just happened. But yeah, and right now they're on the way to go see someone and go talk to them about this curse and shit. And then bro tells them how to do it. All you gotta do is just get it off of them and shit like that. So yeah, anyway, bro just starts I don't know, he's about to start going crazy and shit. Anyway, bro just does it and shit, and I don't know why he's going crazy right now, but he does though, so fuck it. Anyway, that therapist shows back up again for I guess another therapy session or something, and then that's what happens and shit. So yeah, where she just talks about the exact same shit that just happened once again. So yeah, then she gets a call from someone and shit and all that type of stuff. So yeah, and that person that called her is the actual fucking therapist. So I guess this bitch is fake and shit because she got that damn curse on her and shit to where she just keep on smiling and shit. So yeah, anyway, she starts walking towards her and shit and all that type of stuff. So yeah, so we can I guess spark up a little chase scene or some shit. So yeah, there you go. She backs up against this wall and shit and then grabs on her mouth and shit. And now she's going to the hospital and shit. So I guess to go see about somebody and shit, just walk in there slowly as hell and shit and stuff like that. So yeah, anyway, she starts talking to bro and shit and stuff like that about this damn curse and shit. And then she starts stabbing bro and shit, well at least all slowly and shit. So yeah, then she stabs him a bunch and shit, and it's not real though, it's not real. I'm just letting you guys know, cause guess what, You wanna know what's gonna happen, bro? Basically, it's something like daydream type of scene and shit, and all that type of shit. So yeah, but bro just rips his fucking face off and shit. So yeah, it end up being a dream or some shit. So yeah, it's not real at all. I told you guys. Then she goes to the on her way to the old house and shit, you know, and all that type of stuff. So yeah, anyway, I guess she finally got there now and shit like that while speeding down on the road and shit. Where this house just looks so fucking abandoned, bro. Like yeah, that's really fucked up and shit. But yeah, anyway, she sees her mom and shit and all that type of stuff where they just keep on talking and shit. It's kind of like, you know, them little flashback scenes and shit. But yeah, and then she just keep on talking to her with this shit. And then, you know, she gets choked out by something and shit. And then, you know, the shit gets set on fire and shit. And that motherfucker starts dancing around and shit. So yeah, but she gets out of there safely and shit though, leaving her, you know, mom in there just burning alive, I guess, and shit like that. So yeah, anyway, the house gets set on fire and shit because of that damn lip dropping in there and shit. Now I guess everything's back. I guess she's back at the house or some shit. So yeah, and I think this is her ex-boyfriend. You know, she started doing the smiling shit too now and shit. And then, you know, I guess she runs back to that house and shit so his shit can finally fucking stop. So yeah, anyway, this damn thing rips his damn face off and shit because, you know, why the hell not, I guess. Then, you know, she just starts screaming at her and shit, you know, when she trips her fucking face off and shit. And then, I don't know, I guess she just rips down, I guess. And I guess she's dead here, I don't know really, to be honest. But yeah, bro comes in there and shit, you know, saving her and shit, I guess, and shit. And then, you know, she starts smiling and shit and all that type of shit. The credits play and shit. And that's the end of this movie. So, yeah, let's get to the How many people died in this movie where everyone kept on smiling? Well, let's find out. And let's smile our way to the numbers. By my count, 5 people died in Smile. The victims included 3 ladies and 2 males. So yeah, and we want to know what's crazy? That gives us that mostly red pie chart. And also, we actually seen the same count and gender breakdown in Halloween. You know, when I covered that movie, which is probably about like 8 months ago or so. With a runtime of 115 minutes, that left us with a kill on average every 23 minutes even. I'll give the Golden Chainsaw the coolest kill that could go to, you know, the girl that just got her fucking throat on her own. Dama Shade for lamest kill could go. So I guess that girl we found it bad. But that's it though. This shit came out in 2022. And hey, you can go watch it if you want. I don't know if you like this movie, but it's okay to me. But I don't know what we're looking at next week, but you'll find out though. But until then, I'm telling you, this has been the Kill Count. Thank you guys so much for watching today's Kill Count. And I know, my bad about that break. It's just me being lazy, man. Yup, that's all that is. But yeah, though, thank you guys so much for, you know, tuning in and shit. And thank you for the subscriber jump too. I've been noticing since I've been gone, the subscribers keep on going up, so keep on subscribing if you enjoyed this fucking video. But yeah, thanks everyone, be good people.